Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. You're here with Sandra, Ray, and Danielle. We're part of the I Am Real Estate team. Thank you for joining the I Am Real Estate show. Today on the show, we're going to have Dante Smith, who's a U of A football letter winner, and Bill Spurbeck. Both of them are co-founders of Run It Up Fitness. How you guys doing today?
Great, Ray. Thank you for having us.
I'm doing sensational. How about you?
Oh, we're doing great. We're glad you're here today. So we'll talk a little bit about your company. So understand, what's the concept of Run It Up?
We incorporated Run It Up Fitness with our first line of product, which is a pre-workout drink that we engineered, and it's really focused on mushroom-based. We have about 6 different mushrooms that are involved with it, and some other proprietary ingredients. It's all natural, no caffeine, gluten-free, no sugar. And,
well, I was going to say, you just hit so many hot buttons there.
Yeah. I
feel like we're getting the cart before the horse just a tiny bit. So let's take a step back and say, I do want to talk about the product because it sounds phenomenal, but what led you down this path? How did you, Bill, and you, Dante, how did you guys end up in a partnership together?
So I'll start it off. I initially went to an internship for the Arizona Bowl, where I got to meet you, Bill, as well as everyone else. Pretty much I knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur, but I had no idea how to start a business, and Bill showed up.
So yeah, since then, we've gone all the way from incorporating an LLC to my degrees in chemical engineering, so I had the engineering experience with the chemistry of the actual product. And so the product, we ordered the prototypes of the powder. We got the prototypes in. We've had different athletes, first responders, and militaries try it to make sure it tastes good. Quite often with these pre-workout powders, they'll make you jittery, they give you a bad aftertaste. This has none of that. And we're in the labeling phase, and we should probably have our first shipment in about 10 weeks with that particular product.
Well, when I went on the website, it has some good things about it. When I talk about the mission, what is the actual mission of the Run It Up Fitness?
So we have a big philosophy on success being rented, not owned, and that renters do every day.
Right.
Making sure that every day someone strives to do the absolute best, become the best version of themselves.
And that's something that I think, Dante, that it has been in your life since we met you. We did meet at the Arizona Bowl, which Raymond and I have been involved with. We are part of their volunteer workforce. But when we met you, what a gift that was in our lives.
Yes.
Because
Likewise.
You are just such hard driven, but your character is what I think says the most to me. So when you're talking about doing the best and living your best life, really, I think that mission is something that I know is near and dear to you.
Well, thank you.
So what showed me Dante's character right off the bat was we invited him and a couple ball players up to my sister's house for Thanksgiving. And Dante goes, well, what should I bring? I said, nothing. My sister bakes all the pies and says, no. Okay, bring an apple pie. So he goes and gets an apple pie. He goes back to his place to bake it. His oven broke. So he drove all the way to Miranda to bake that pie and all the way back to pick him up. So that shows you what kind of character. And another one is we took Dante out, my wife and I, for his birthday in January. And my wife came from work, and so we parked like 3 or 4 cars over. And we're walking out, and I said, okay, I'll see you at home, Major. And Dante goes, what? She's not walking to the truck by herself. So he got me in trouble.
I love that story.
Got me in trouble.
He just got me in trouble
with that, yeah. So thank you, Dante.
When we sit there and we talk about character and building a business and building an organization, where do you get this from? Because I met your father, your grandfather, and your great-grandfather, and they seem to have that kind of attitude that you had. So did they instill this in you, and it makes you so motivated and so energetic every day?
Yes, because the only thing a person has is their name and their word. If you can't keep your word, no integrity, then I really don't trust people without any integrity. Like for Bill, for instance, he says what he's going to do and he does it. I really appreciate that. Like you and Sandra. I said what y'all going to do and y'all didn't. So I really appreciate that. And pretty much why it came, it was just discipline. Everything I did was hard work and living by what I say.
Why Run It Up?
Well, Run It Up, I've been saying it for years, actually.
Okay.
Now we got to incorporate it. So, pretty much, when I mean Run It Up, no matter what you do, when you wake up, when you go to sleep, do it to the best of your ability.
Uh-huh.
We don't know if tomorrow's here because it's not promised.
Yep, exactly. And we talk about the fitness. Is this going to be just the drink, or are you guys going to have a facility?
Right now, it's the pre-workout.
Pre-workout, okay.
Yeah, more than likely, we'll get into functional water, clothing
Okay.
lines, things like that. I don't envision us having a brick and mortar anytime. There's no
Okay.
reason for it, because where our laboratory is, they'll actually ship the product to the people on it.
That's fantastic.
And so what we were talking before the show about what we bring to each other's lives. Well, I brought wisdom to Dante, and Dante's brought energy to me, reinvigorated. Before meeting Dante, it was uncommon. I'd stay home for 2 or 3 days a week. You know, the businesses that I own, I'll have CEOs and things like that. Now, 3 weeks ago, we joined the gym. He's got me working out.
Good job.
So it's really been something both ways.
Yeah, we're talking to Dante Smith and Bill Spurbeck, who are the co-founders of Run It Up. And Bill, talk a little bit about you. Is that you're an entrepreneur and you've done all this stuff before. So, what can you bring to someone who's trying to start up an entrepreneur company?
So, I've been an entrepreneur now going on almost 35 years.
Uh-huh.
I've had successes. I've been bankrupt. So I've had both sides.
Right.
And I'll give you a perfect example, like setting up an LLC. First-time business owners will go to an attorney or an accountant and spend $1,500 to $2,000 when I can set an LLC up for $50 in 5 minutes. And so, like with that, Dante now knows how to set up. We set up a few different LLCs together. He can go down and set up the LLC. So, just certain things that I've had to learn over the years that I like sharing and mentoring. Whether it was funny at this networking meeting at the Sam's Club yesterday, one of the ladies had said that she owns a human resource payroll service. Oh, and I also can set up your LLC. And so I kind of leaned over to Dante and said, I'm sure she charges more than $50.
I actually used to work for a trucking company, and I did books for them, and they did that too. Has nothing to do with trucking materials, but they would just give me all the information to plug into a form, and I don't remember. It's been decades ago. I don't remember what they charged, but I just thought it was such a funny thing that most of what I do is bill for, for the loads that were being hauled across the country. But also, I can do an LLC
right? It's just through the years of experience in a multiple. I've started, owned, and sold over 20 different businesses.
Okay.
Only one went bankrupt, and that was my very first business.
Yeah.
That's what you call an education right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're here today with Dante Smith, who's a U of A letter winner, and with Bill Spurbeck, who are also co-founders of Run It Up. We'll be back after these messages. And on the second part of the show, we'll let you know we're going to have Tucson on for the second part of the show to talk a little bit about Tucson and some of the things that are coming up. We're having the best fun we're having. We have two of the nicest guys in the world to talk about this. I want to talk a little bit about more what they do in their community, how they're helping out the community in Tucson, and how they feel good about with the product they're bringing into the Tucson community. So we'll be back on the other side. We want to thank you guys for staying with us, and please stay on the other side. We got Dante and Bill talking some more stuff about Run It Up.